Hi guys, it's 10th of October, World's Mental Health Day. Time for us to start smashing stereotypes in the field of mental.
Hi, this is Dr. Sanchari Mukhopadhyay. I am a psychiatrist. Today, while talking about the myths about mental illnesses, let me talk about the first myth, which is mental illnesses aren't real illnesses. Now, the terminologies regarding mental illnesses have changed over time. What hasn't changed is the fact that they are still considered to be something else and not actual illnesses. So, I would like to say that mental illnesses are biological illnesses which are not in anybody's control. They don't go away on their own and have effective treatments once they have occurred. Suppose somebody breaks an arm. We don't say that it's your mistake or it's your weakness that you have broken the arm, nor would we blame them if they need a cast, sling, or any other kind of help in their day-to-day activities. So why this difficulty in understanding that mental illnesses are the same, requiring similar kinds of treatments?
Coming to myth number 2, it's often believed that people with mental illnesses have a weakness in character or a personality flaw and that they can snap out of their mental illness if they are strong enough. This is not true. Mental illnesses are caused by a variety of factors which range from biological, psychological to social in nature, which means that factors like genetics, a family history, history of trauma, abuse, poor environment, history of brain injury to chemical imbalances can all contribute to development of mental illness. Which is why it is unfair to assume that people can snap out of their illnesses without proper treatment and therapy. It's like assuming that somebody can snap out of their diabetes or cancer without proper appropriate treatment.
Hello, I am Dr. Abhinav Agarwal. Coming to myth number 3, mental illnesses are just an excuse for poor behavior. It's true that some people who experience mental illness may act in ways that are unexpected or seem strange to others. We need to remember that the illness, not the person, is responsible behind this behavior. No one chooses to be mentally ill. People who experience a change in this behavior due to mental illness may feel extremely embarrassed or ashamed around others. It is also true that people with a history of mental illness are likely to do things that anybody else would do, that they make poor choices or do something unexpected for reasons which might not be related to the symptoms of their illness.
Hello, my name is Dr. Nishtha and I am a psychiatrist. I would like to talk about a very common myth where people think that individuals who experience some kind of mental illness cannot work. However, the fact is that workplaces are filled with individuals with some or the other kind of mental illnesses. In fact, it has been seen that people with mental illnesses, when they go to their workplace, that acts as a change and therefore they are able to rehabilitate themselves, they improve by being able to support their goals. Some, however, may require some support from their employer. Many people who experience serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia want to work, but they face systemic barriers to finding and keeping meaningful employment.
Hi, I'm Arushi Devan. I'm a resident clinical psychologist currently pursuing my doctorate degree in clinical psychology. I'm going to talk about the myth that people with mental illnesses are dangerous and violent. Various researchers have proved that mental illness is not a good enough predictor of violence. As a matter of fact, people with mental illness are more prone to be subjected to violence than themselves being violent to the society. As a society, we need to be more empathetic and understanding of mental illnesses and need to accept people suffering from mental illnesses as a part of our community. Exclusion of individuals with mental illness can actually be linked to more violence. The only form of mental illness under which a person can behave violently is when the person is under psychosis, in which because of the hallucinating voices or delusion, the person can harm himself or significant others around him. But this condition is also curable with the help of medication. So let's together take a pledge as a society to stop avoiding people who are suffering from mental illnesses and include them in our community. Individuals suffering from mental illness also deserve due respect from each one of us.
It is very important that we talk about the state of mind, about mental health as a whole, about our psychological well-being. We often focus more on the physical health because it is more tangible, it is more observable. But the mental aspect, the psychological aspect, is more nuanced and subtle as compared to the physical aspect, which is why we might end up ignoring it at times unless it really starts bothering us. So, understanding that our mental state, our mental well being is equally important brings in a lot of positive changes in our lives. And we also need to understand that working on our mental health is a very everyday process. It's not just going to therapy when we are working on our mental health, but we should be working on our mental health each and every day. So each day is a new opportunity to build our resilience, to build on our coping skills, understand ourselves a little more.